Hi everyone, it's Paul from Mako, and in today's video we're going to be making some pretty cool things using coding on the Microbit website, and we're going to be making our very own digital pets. So, Blue Peter style, I've got one that I've made earlier if you want to look at this one. If I click on this, and I've created a dog. So, on my own start, if you see, if I just refresh this so you can see it, my dog's tail wags. And if I press one of the buttons, a ball is thrown, and my dog is happy. And if I press the other button, I take him for a walk. And after it's looped around, after he's been for a long walk, we should have a smiley face as well. So I'm going to go through all this with you, and I'm going to show you how to create your very own digital pet. It doesn't have to be a dog, it can be something pretty cool, it can be something out there. So I'm just going to go back to this home screen. And from here, to get started, we're going to go to this big purple button here that says create new project. I'm going to tap on it, and it asks you to name your project. So you can give it any name you want. You can name it after yourself, you can name it after your dog or whatever animal it's going to be, but I'm just going to say make your own pet, just so I know what my project's called. And then I'm going to hit that big green create button. And once it's loaded, it then automatically throws in some blocks to start for you. You've got an on start and a forever. Okay, so we're not going to use this forever block in mind just at the moment. So I'm just going to take this to the side and I'm going to delete it. And this on start block here, where I'm moving my mouse, is where we're going to have our little animation to say what our animal might be, whether it's a dog wagging a tail or it's a cat or whatever it might be. I'm going to go into this basics, and I'm going to get this show LEDs, because this is where I'm going to design my pet. So I'm going to create my dog, and hopefully it's going to look a little bit like a dog. So my dog completed. So your Microbit here, you've got an example of what it would look like. So at the minute I've got my dog illustrated, but there's nothing happening, it's not animated. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to basic, and I'm going to drag in another show LEDs, and I'm going to redraw my dog really quickly. And I'm going to change it slightly this time so it looks like his tail's moving. So instead of copying it exactly, I'm going to change it ever so slightly. So now, once my Microbit catches up, we can see it slightly changes. What you could do is the long way of doing it. You could duplicate each image and keep putting it in. And to duplicate, all I've done is, if you're on a Mac, 2-finger tap, or if you're on a Mac on a laptop, it's a right click, a Windows laptop. But if you duplicate these and put them in, you get like a little bit of an animation. But it'd take a long time if you keep duplicating it, and your code's going to get very, very long. So there's a shortcut for that. So I'm just going to take these out. I'm just going to delete the ones that I've put in. And we're going to put a loop in there. So we're going to go into the loop section here. And I'm going to put this repeat loop in. And I'm going to drop it in like this. So now I have my dog wagging his tail. So it can be repeated for as many times. So you click here where it says 4. You could change it to 2 if you don't want it lasting a long time. So quick 2 times through, or 6 if you wanted it to last a little bit longer. It's completely up to you how long you want your animation to run at the start, because this is with nothing happening, just as you're looking at the screen at your digital pet. Okay, and what we're going to look at now is how to code different things. Okay, so what you might do with your pet. What does your pet need? So is it going to be fed? Is it going to be played with? Is it going to be walked? Has it done a poo and you have to clean up? All these different things that you have to do with real life pets, okay, we're going to create with our digital pet. So you can choose whatever you want, and we're going to show you different inputs to do with each activity. So to do these, I'm going to go to my input, and the first one I'm going to grab is this top one that says on button A pressed. I'm going to take this one in. And in here, I'm going to animate a ball being thrown for my dog. So I'm going to go back to basics, and I'm going to grab the show LED one again and put this in. And I'm going to animate a ball going across the screen. So I've got my first one in, and when I'm animating on here, I like duplicating the one before so I can see what I've done, and I can start adding a little bit more. So duplicate this one and drag this one in. And each time I'm just making it so the ball comes onto the screen fully. So I'm going to have my ball go completely across the screen. So I'm going to take out them three and I'm going to push up. And really quickly, just like I say, just duplicate to make sure it goes to the bottom. And there we go, my ball is nearly there. So you can have it where it just goes to the top of the screen if you throw in a ball, or you can have it where it goes off the screen, where you just keep duplicating until the lights disappear. So like this. And take those three out. So you could have it a little bit like this. Okay, so on a pressed, if we press this, we've got my ball going across the screen. Okay, so I need to say an emotion for, is my dog happy, is it sad? So I'm going to scroll to the bottom and I'm going to go back to basic, and I'm going to drag in one more show LED. And I'm going to say my dog's happy because my dog and most dogs like playing fetch. So I'm going to draw a really quick smiley face to say my dog is happy. And I'm just going to change this really quickly. So if you put your repeat too big, when you come to press a button, it'll be still running your dog animation at the start and then trying to mix in the animation for this. So wait till your repeat's finished, which mine has. Press A, and I've got my ball going across the screen, it's been thrown, and then my dog's got a happy smiley face. So I also know that dogs and most pets like to be outside. So I'm going to go back to input, and this time I'm going to drag in another A1, A pressed, and I'm going to click on it, and we've got a few different options. We've got two more that we could go B and AB, but I'm going to go for B. And this time I'm going to say my dog is going for a walk. So same as before, I'm going to do a little animation. So I'm going to go back to basic, show LEDs, drag this in, and I'm going to draw my dog again with his tail and his head done. And I'm going to change it slightly, so I'm going to duplicate that again. So I've got the same one before, so I'm not having to keep redrawing it. I'm just going to move his legs slightly. And you could do this, you could keep doing duplicating and putting it in and having a really long piece of code, but that's inefficient. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to loops, and I'm going to get this repeat loop again, and I'm going to drop that in like so. And now once this animation finishes of his tail wagging, click on B, and I have my dog walking. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I can then go to basic, or I could duplicate the one I've done from before, and I'm not going to put this block within the loop, because if I put it within the loop, every time this animation runs round, I'm going to have a smiley face here. I want this block just to be outside the green but within the pinky purple block. So I'm going to now recreate my smiley face because my dog's really happy that he's been out for a walk. And if wait for my to sync, there we go. And if I press B, I've got my dog walking, and it'll repeat three or four times. There we go, and I've got my smiley face. A lot of people forget and drop it in there, so I'm just going to show you that error. If you put it in there, So if I press it this time, he's walking, and then I've got a smiley face that interrupts my animation. Okay, so make sure it's outside the repeat loop, and it's in there. So guys, that's a couple of inputs that I've got for my dog just playing fetch, going for a walk. There's loads and loads of more inputs that we can do. You can go wild with what you want your pet to do. So I'm just going to drag in on A pressed, and this can be changed to AB. So whether you want to animate something else, whether your dog or animal pooing on the screen or anything like that, you can also go to these functions that say shake. So there's loads in here on shake. So you've got shake, you've got logo up, tilt left, tilt right, so you can have lots of different actions for your animals. Doesn't have to necessarily just be the buttons pressed. Okay, you could have a shake. So if the micro bit has been shaken, would your pet be happy with that? Would he be happy, sad, all these different things? So there's endless different things that you can put into your code for your digital pet. So that's my code, that's my dog. Like I say in the video, you don't have to do a dog, you don't have to do a cat. It can be a created masterpiece that doesn't exist. Okay, so loads of different animals, loads of different actions. Doesn't have to be a thrown ball, walking, like I've said. It could be anything you want. So go crazy, have fun, and if you really enjoyed this video and you don't follow Mako Create, please follow us on any of the social media. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're now on TikTok. Loads of different ways of getting in touch with us. So have fun. This has been Paul with Creating Your Digital Pets. Have a good day.